Yeah, that's why he
I'm
doesn't get
feeling
fat. It just goes to his
attacked
head.
What the hell?
DOBLOX has made me feel insecure, and
Yeah.
he's ruined my life.
I can't believe this full-time slack, alright, has the audacity to say you've got a big head. That
That
is
is true.
outrageous.
Are you gonna
Listen,
Like, how would he even know that if he wasn't actually active? Like,
Exactly.
It doesn't. I don't think I need to be active to
Oh, you
see how
do.
large your head is.
You do. You would know. You're also in the.
You're not
chosen.
measuring the day-to-day size changes.
I'm pretty sure I can monitor.
There are
it from here.
meteorologists up there who are trying to figure out the exact density and circumference of his
The
head.
circumference of Dylan's head is rather large.
Oh, alright. You're trying to call Dylan a monkey? Okay.
What?
Actually, do you know monkeys actually have quite small skulls? You know, the other day, I was in the lab and we had like actual like monkey heads, and their skull is actually very small.
No, you just had a 1:4 scale monkey skull.
well, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, I would because
You're a neurologist, yeah.
I'm a neuroscientist, yeah. That's why. I didn't know what else you was going with that.
A neurologist?
What were you learning? The neurology
What the
of
hell?
monkeys?
Nathan, are you hearing this? I'm being
It was
accused of
various
saying
different,
something else.
various different animal skulls.
This man said he's a neurobiologist or whatever bullshit made up profession he's trying to get right. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah, he's just made that up.
yeah. It's made up. He's just out here trying to get a piece of paper.
Yeah.
A piece of paper. Yeah.
You know, at least do something productive with your life, dog.
Like
Jesus
playing.
Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, you should play Dave Across the Border.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't you an engineering student?
That's not the whole point.
That's what I thought. Okay.
No. I need to engineer so I can make sure that Dylan has the easiest way to travel the way he needs to go on his day-to-day basis.
Oh,
so
right.
So you're his personal engineer and his lawyer.
Yeah. I'm making his life as quick and easy as possible so he can get back to developing more Dave Does the Ball.
He's built many convers across the whole of my town.
Yeah.
Conveyor belts, is that?
So
step out your house and there's just a
you'll be able
conveyor
to tell exactly where Dylan lives, by the way, if you just like notice that there's just conveyor belt like
on Google Maps.
moving pavements.
Just
all
trail
over.
of conveyor belts.
There's just
Leads
moving
right to
pavements.
Dylan's doorstep.
It's like an airport, but just his city.
He
It's
doesn't.
just like
He can just go to the shops without taking one step.
Yeah, he literally goes out of his house and there's just a conveyor belt that takes him where
Even in his room, he just has to slide his chair onto it, and he'll get taken down the stairs and out the front door.
Down the stairs and then out the door.
He's just sitting on his chair. He doesn't even have to do it. He's just sitting on his chair.
Has anyone been to like Disneyland Paris? Because like when you go to Disneyland Paris, they've just got like a 2-mile long conveyor that just takes
That's what
it
they got in Florida as well. You know, from the park.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the damn park, like. How
where
are
do you
these
think
people
they got
that
the
live?
idea from? It's where do they think they got the idea
That
from?
is true.
Like in airports as well, where you go to like the terminal.
You might need to take your lawyer job back up because they might sue you for that.
No.
It's okay. He's a lawyer engineer. He does both at the same time.
You know, I am a busy man.
He represents various vehicles in court.
Yeah.
They actually have a car court as well as a human court.
A car court.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when someone dies in like a car accident, the cars also have to go to trial.
He sues the actual car, not the person driving it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's a lawyer engineer.
Oh, okay. Now that's a made-up profession, not mine.
No, it's not.
Neuroscience.
Yeah, to be honest, lawyer engineer sounds a lot more legit than neuroscientist. I'm gonna have to be honest.
Look at me. I look at the neurons of people. Shut up, made up, man.
Neurons aren't even real. Prove to me right now. Can you show me a neuron? No, you can't.
Okay.
Yo,
I mean, there's probably not many neurons coming from you lot.
No,
us lot.
Still full of hot air at this point, mate.
No, dog. Yeah, you go and look at your like made up neurons through the like microscope or some shit.
Bro, at least there's substance coming
He's
from
just
the rest
staring at
of
Google
us.
Images.
You're just inactive.
Okay.
Like,
your presence is hot air.
Oh, why do you think you've got to use like microscopes to see like these neurons and all that? You know, like
because they're small.
No, because they're made up, man. It's just an image on the microscope. It's
Microscopes
They
are
just
fake
stick a piece
news.
of paper to the end of the microscope.
Someone slid a little piece of paper under the microscope.
Yeah, it's
No.
an 8K screen on
It's
the
obviously
microscope.
just a video that gets played back
Uh,
through the microscope.
Oh, this man wouldn't know.
Okay.
It's like back in the day in like the 1800s when they had like the slideshow cinemas where you put your eye up and you gotta like spin the paper around.
You got like spin the little wheel.
That's basically
to
what
see the
happened.
Oh my
actually.
god.
Okay.
It all makes
It's
sense now.
exactly-
Oh, I used to have loads of those when I was younger.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet you put loads of neurons on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of neurons on there. Yeah.
That's just his entire class.
So like, okay, guys. Today we're gonna spin this wheel and look at some neurons.
Do you know when he finally passes the piece of
That'll
paper?
be
you
$9 grand. That'll be
neuron.
$9 grand a year, please.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of paper. I like it's printed out. You know, trees aren't cheap.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm paying what is it, £27,000
Yo,
for a degree?
dog,
I'm paying now. They just gave me the degree, man.
Yeah, I lawyered them into getting
Yeah.
the degree. It's not very hard. It's a piece of A3 paper. It's not like
Sued the
Oh,
union.
A3.
You could just print that off on the. You could just literally print that off on your
Yeah.
like
What do you think I did?
fucking.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you actually have a degree if you
Yes, it does.
Right,
we're
you
not
no,
getting
you
it.
get a degree. If
I'm
you've got a
printing
HP
out-
printer, you can get a degree. Like it's
just
that
print
simple.
out a degree and like, oh, I'm
We
now
see,
qualified.
Dub, the investment is the printer.
Oh right, I see.
You spend £27,000 on the printer, and then
Yeah.
Is that what your doctor does? Like, he's like, you know what? I want to be a doctor today. Let me just print out this medical degree.
Yeah. Of
yeah, you
course.
just
That's what I'm
decide.
feeling.
Have
You
you
can
seen
just decide.
Yeah. Have you seen the NHS? Like,
It's just a bunch of people walking around with printers.
Try to get more quality. Here, is that how you got your law degree then?
He went to the
Don't be
NHS
silly.
and was just
no,
like,
no,
"Hi."
no. I ordained the lordship. You know.
Okay.
As
It was just
next-
bestowed upon you.
Yeah, as the next heir and throne to the queen, I can do like you see.
Oh, right. Oh, you're still like keeping up with the last time when you said that you're
Oh,
next in line to the throne.
No. I am next in line. Yeah. Acting like I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that mean like when like Prince Harry left and that, does that affect you personally? Was he, like, a
Don't
good
be
It was
friend?
silly.
actually him who made him leave.
Yeah.
So-
He was like, you're like,
as
come back, bro.
As my own lawyer, I cannot comment on this situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Called
lawsuit's still
strategy.
pending.
He
Yeah,
gave himself an NDA.
yeah, give myself an
He
NDA.
gave himself an NDA.
Yeah, I give myself an NDA.
Dylan, the
All
bank
right.
Hmm?
His
The
Honda is an NDA.
failed.
He just shares it.
The what?
The bangs.
What about them?
The bank.
Bangs.
Bad. Mission
The
failed.
baby.
Why?
Oh, man, you can't cut her hair. See, maybe if you got a print and printed out a hairdressing degree, you would have cut it properly.
No, she
Oh.
literally just bought like she bought someone and printed on paper and then just stuck it to her
Screenshot.
head.
I mean,
She
I
told me
don't-
she was
Then-
gonna buy them and I was like, oh okay.
style better, it looked better, but I don't like the way it looks.
Send.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is
Hmm?
Well, I'm just saying, everything comes
Yo.
through.
that puts Dob into the chill zone.
It kind of does.
That noise.
Yeah.
That sound alone is just.
Doesn't
He's
take
like,
much
"Oh,
effort
wait,
to
that-
put Dob
yeah."
there. The hell?
Dob's like, oh, someone needs us. Oh, I need
He just
yeah,
falls.
chill zone time.
Suddenly, I no longer require. to be
Someone
here.
DMs us, Dob, if we really need you right now. The whole of Vegas is in jeopardy. Just go into the chill zone.
You might as well
No.
DM a brick
Well,
wall.
he's a slacker.
Yeah. You know that gif of the guy who's just talking in the brick wall. That's like
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Me trying to talk to Dob, you know.
yeah.
I don't even. He's in, yeah, but he's not even speaking. I just don't get it.
Oh right. I'm just actually a figment of your imagination.
Yeah, well, it's like your neurons are just fake.
Oh, okay. How can you
Yeah.
say neurons are fake?
Because he's a
Man,
scientist.
you're gonna be like, just regular cells are fake as well, though.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just made up of what?
Oh, we're made up of robux.
I mean,
Yeah.
Dylan might be.
No,
That
no.
looks
no.
alright, you know, Maddie, but I think you should have less. Like,
Less hair.
yeah.
Honestly, Maddie,
Yeah,
just go
shave your
bald.
head. Yeah, just shave your head.
You know how most people only have it at like the left and the right of the fringe rather than the whole fringe?
Actually, no,
think
don't
that would
listen,
work.
don't, because don't try to cut his own hair and he's like carved a cube out the back of his head.
What a lie! This is slander.
This was,
Slander. You need a lawyer for your lawyer now.
this was like, do you know when lockdown was ending, like the gyms were opening back up and all that?
Yeah.
I walked from college, I met him at the Nuke.
You didn't even see though. I had to tell you it was
did.
there.
No, Dawson, I went
You
into
didn't?
what you call it. I went into a shop, and then what you call it, Dawson told us when he came out.
What,
So
you
you just
turn into
cut your
Minecraft
own hair.
Steve?
And then he gave himself the Minecraft haircut.
Yeah.
No. To be fair, that was the first time I ever used a razor on my head. Like,
Yeah, and there was a
I
few.
definitely believe him now then.
No.
If that was your first time, you definitely gave yourself a Minecraft haircut.
Yeah. It looked like he was trying to level it on the back of his head, right? And he like went a bit too far up, and there was like a rectangle out the back of his head.
that's because I did it in 15 minutes, and I was like, "Yo, this is so boring." Like I was just sat there.
You
cutting
just
hair.
started
You got
speedrunning
bored and
cutting
just
your hair.
half did it.
That
Do you want
pretty
some
much
great?
sums me up, honestly.
He
He
went
just
from,
played like speedrunning music.
He
and
was
he
actually
just
gonna
cutting
shave his.
hair.
He was actually gonna become bald, but he just like
Yeah.
shaved that little tiny bit and then gave up, and he was like, "No, this is boring."
yeah.
So that was it.
He didn't have an automatic conveyor sling on his arm to do it for him. You see.
Yeah.
I would take
Yeah.
a robot to cut the hair.
Yeah.
That is something that Dylan would actually do.
Oh yes, without a doubt.
Genuinely just buy a robot for the sole purpose of cutting his hair.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
Even
you
if
wouldn't.
it's like obscene amounts of money, and that's just a waste of money. Just go to the barber.
Well,
No.
just think it
Yeah,
all
but then
adds
you
up.
could make a barber with the robot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, but like, how long do you think it's gonna take for you to actually make profit off of that?
Oh, not very long. I can make one for about £250.
You can make a robot that cuts hair for £250.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
Yeah.
going nowhere
didn't-
near that thing.
He,
I'm probably gonna decapitate you.
he didn't get an
No.
engineering degree for nothing, you know. Like,
Exactly. I've actually
Yeah.
got my piece of paper for the principles of engineering.
yeah.
He'll,
Okay.
he'll be able to represent the robot in court in case you decide to injure it.
Yeah.
What the robot's gonna ask for compensation?
Yeah.
Why not?
It'll be a sentient barber robot.
250 quid is making a sentient barber robot.
Yeah.
This man
You
needs
got,
to
you
get
got paid
hired
back for it somehow.
by Tesla or something, bro. If he's
Tesla.
out here
Oh.
making advancements like that for only 250 quid.
You'll be okay.
He
I'm
makes
pretty
them
sure
He makes them have like a
million-dollar
Bosch
companies are
dishwasher
produced
and
there.
like a Bosch dishwasher and like a cup of Sneak,
Oh.
maybe.
I want you to think. I want you to know how do you think it costs so much to like build a robot that like cuts your hair? It's
The
only
whole,
metal.
like-
No, it's a tiny PCB, right, with a bit of metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just need like your motherboard and like a little robotic
just
arm.
weld-
and it'll just do it.
He just welds a razor blade to a bit of PCB and then suddenly it's a
No,
robot.
you have an arm on the X and Y axis, right, so it can move vertically and horizontally, right? And you have
Yeah.
a PCB which has the code that Dylan will code for me on, right? And that'll just cut your hair. So it's just the cost of the metal.
And it'll
Is that-
run
is
off-
that
it'll
how
all run off
simple it is?
Roblox engine as
Yeah,
well.
it's that simple. It's
That's like, it reminds me of, you know those like the code, you know those like spaceship games on Roblox where you can just stick a seat on a brick and then suddenly it's a fully
Yeah, and then it just starts
fully
flying away.
functioning plane. And just put a seat on a brick and then suddenly it's a fully functional plane.
Yeah.
The man just sticks a bit of a circuit board to a bit of
Like,
plastic to a bit of metal and then it's a robot that cuts hair.
No dynamics just floats out the atmosphere.
It's good.
You know, that's what happens when you go into space. Like you just leave a
I have
sphere and then like,
Stop! Look, I literally just YouTubed it. Look, I sent you the link. It
Oh,
can't be that
okay.
hard. Look, Dylan, it really can't be that hard.
That is
Yeah.
good. I know I haven't even seen it. I know for a fact it's gonna ruin this man's hair.
he
Robot
just sends you a
haircut.
Boston Dynamics video of like a robot cutting someone's hair, and he's like, "It's true."
Come on, the
That would
Boston
be so
Dynamics
scary.
ones can.
I would be so scared to just stand there.
It's just not hard, you know.
I'll
That
tell
is
you
the
that
next
that
Boston
thing costs
Dynamics
more than
robot.
250 quid.
The next
No,
Boston
that was a
Dynamics
tenner.
robot is one that could cut your hair.
Oh, he made that for a tenner.
That was almost as cheap as a few Freddos. Not gonna
When
lie.
you think about it, right?
He
it's
actually
just-
used Freddos to build it.
No, it's really just a bit of polypropylene, low carbon steel, and a PCB.
Oh, okay. Is that
It's a-
all? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, plastic's cheap, right?
Are you crafting this in a Minecraft crafting table or something?
Yeah.
You just put two things next to each other and it suddenly becomes a full functioning robot.
I wouldn't even have to weld it. I could just rivet it.
At this point, why do you not like have a spaceship then? You could probably be like, oh, a spaceship. All I need is like a can of diesel, a bit of tin foil, and a
Well,
he
no,
actually
plastic
built one
bin.
before, so
Dog,
yeah.
don't be silly, right? I would have super unleaded if I was gonna fuel a spaceship. Okay.
Oh, okay. You get some super unleaded, pour it in a wheelie bin, add a bit of metal, and then suddenly a robot. I mean, a spaceship.
I would have a spaceship, but Boris Johnson's like, that's not road legal, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
So, unfortunately, my plans got stopped. That was Dylan's way of getting around. Actually, was the spaceship before the conveyor belt.
You just or
the
gets a
hell?
wheelie bin, duct
Yeah.
tapes a firework to it, and pours like super unleaded fuel in it.
Well, if it's anything to go by how quick Dylan was going in the Asda trolley the other week.
Yo, I
Jesus
was
Christ.
rapid in that.
Puts a
Was
turbo
he
engine
actually? Was he
on the-
speeding?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think if he was on the road, he'd get pulled over for
Oh
speeding.
yeah, right. Do you
We
know,
were gonna
like,
go
it
through the
has-
KFC drive-through as well.
Was he actually?
Yeah.
Why
but-
didn't you?
And then
No,
asked the
drive-thru
trolley.
was so packed, it was
Because
so
it's
packed.
the only KFC in like the whole of like the northeast, so like you know I don't want to get banned.
There's only
from it,
one
'cause-
KFC in like the
Oh.
whole. Oh, okay.
This,
That's
No,
how-
but
this,
you know what I mean.
That's
This- in terms of distance, it's the only one close enough, and if I get banned
Yeah.
from it, then why am I alive really? you know?
the same for me. There's
the
literally
entire
only
tip of
one
North
KFC
England.
within like miles of
Yeah.
where I am at.
Why do I always have to work during the podcast? This is so sad.
'Cause it's funny.
This isn't a podcast. This is the Aegis Weekly Conference chair, mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how
okay.
I at least
Yeah,
made
it's
this
still
sound already.
going.
Yeah, this is
Jeez.
actually still part of the conference.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
but-
can't believe this shit.
Oh, back to conference questions now.
By the way,
Yeah, yeah.
we're actually gonna add a jet powered trolley to the border.
Whoa.
See, that actually wouldn't be hard, to be fair. Jet-powered trolley.
Yeah, just strap like a bit
He
of-
would
Actually-
flip over.
The other
No.
Brandon made a trolley that had a rocket thruster attached to the back of it. You know.
Yeah, it's
You're
not.
Oh,
chatting
you just
shit.
took
He
you
did.
just took one from
It,
like
it didn't
NASA,
have
you
rocket
just-
fuel or anything, but it had a thruster which was powered by fuel, and it put out flames and actually propelled the trolley forward. I mean, it's obviously
Oh,
not going
man.
that fast, but it was still pretty cool
Of
for what
course,
it was.
of course, he was the person to do that.
Isn't he like a domestic terrorist?
Yeah, probably.
Basically,
No.
Just see, yeah.
he just goes to his local Morrison's, straps thrusters to the back of it, and then when someone like pulls it out, like an old woman, he just like launches all of her shopping into like the stratosphere, and that's it. She's just standing there like, what happened?
To be fair, Dob, do you know you solve your little problem of the trolley would go flying because it's weight heavy at the back?
Yeah.
You would just weld like kilograms of steel onto the front.
Oh, okay. But then it wouldn't be going very fast then, would it?
Well, yes, it would, because like you would use a low density steel. You see?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think we
But
need to
then-
get another shopping trolley, Nathan, and do some
Yeah,
well-
experimenting with it.
You're
We'll
just
go
gonna
down
start
that
making
tunnel if you want. Asda's got good shopping trolleys.
an automobile.
Discussing various ways to get a shopping trolley to like propel.
We can just weld a massive sheet of steel
Yeah.
on like every side of it, so that way you can sit in it and you don't get hurt. And then
Do you know what?
Right.
No, don't do what we'll do. We'll actually go to Asda. I'll bring the grind out. We'll just cut off the wheels and we'll build our own shopping trolley. You put
monster
Aegis
truck.
stickers on it and everything.
You know that's how you build a plane. You know, you get a shopping trolley, stick
Yeah.
a few like pieces of paper to it.
Exactly.
all right.
Like a paper mache like wing on there.
Yeah, you build like a wing out of like origami.
I would
paper
like
shit.
to
Do you know
fly
what,
in
Dylan? Right, we could actually use like 4-inch thick titanium around the outside so it would make it bulletproof as well.
Oh,
Where are
right.
you gonna get the titanium from?
You're,
Yeah,
you're talking.
complex
At
suppliers.
this point, you're turning like a trolley into a fighter jet.
Well, you never know when the boys are just gonna roll up and like shoot you. Dylan is
Okay.
famous. You gotta think.
They
He's
just
Like,
they
gonna
just
make
they
like
just
a Call of Duty gunship out of
the
Yeah,
Air
you know
Force
how the
detects a
Tupac
low flying
guy-
bogey and it's just a shopping cart.
Dylan might go in the wrong hood like how Tupac did, and then he gets shot up. But fortunately,
That's how Tupac died.
yeah.
Like,
In
the
a low
wrong
flying
hood.
shopping trolley, he got shot down.
And, like jet scramble, they try and shoot a
Yeah.
missile. Dylan like offsets it by firing a firework.
Yeah, we've got flares
To
built in.
misdirect the missile like a flare.
No, you know this Freddo's from earlier. He releases the wrappers out the back, and it acts as like a
He's like an EMP,
What
like
the fuck?
what you call it?
AMP.
The little bits of foil that are used to like disrupt shit by like electrolyzed bits
Yeah.
of metal.
electrified Freddo's.
Just electrified Fred.
It's also got like 8 billion lumen like flashlights on the back for like blind people as well.
What?
Also, you just
Just
blind
blind
people.
people.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just blindfold us behind you.
Blind people, bro, that's gonna burn shit like a laser. What the
Yeah,
You
just
just
ask
buy like
Golem about that when me and Nathan
Yeah.
shined it through his window.
Yeah, yeah.
8 million lumen at that point? I swear that would set shit on fire.
Right,
the,
I
the
mean,
whole
we
of the
woke up,
northeast would just light up like it's daytime.
we woke up Steven's mother simply by shining a flashlight through a window. So
You
anything's
should see how
possible.
bright that shit is. It was
Like it's 3 a.m. Is there like some sort of like event going on in the sky?
No.
And it's just Dylan with a lumen flashlight.
No, it's gonna be It's gonna be the middle of night, yeah. When that thing turns on, it looks like daytime outside.
But do you know what we'll do? We'll put the plastic into a CNC machine and we'll mill out the Aegis logo on it.
Oh,
like-
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You guys should craft some sort of searchlight or something.
If you point that in the air, you could probably like imprint the Aegis logo on the moon.
Yeah.
It just burns it into the
Burns
surface.
it
of the
into
moon.
the surface of the moon.
It's just
That'd
there
be
forever.
pretty cool.
Yeah. It needs to be done, really.
8 million lumens.
Yeah.
Wonder how many Freddo wrappers you need to create a new moon.
And
It's the thought experiment.
BOLAMBOY over here with his engineering degree can make a moon out of like some Freddo wrappers.
Yo, it,
And a
it
bit of
makes us
sellotape.
pretty heavy with how much we've inflated.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freddo
Couple of
wrappers are
Freddo-
not actually financially feasible for that kind of project.
Oh, what's gonna be used as a packet of Haribos?
Caramel nibbles.
Like, the price it would cost with all the Freddos, I think I could take the moon and sell the moon for less. You know that?
Yeah, probably.
Like, the moon isn't as worth as much as the Freddo wrappers.
I'm not sure about that.
At this point, Freddo wrappers is like a super material.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's like-
more foil than there is on the entire planet. Like,
Yeah.
like that you can make out of materials that we have.
Nah,
Cool.
when you got an engineering degree like him, you can somehow make more out of it.
Like, do you know, like, how, like, in Fallout, like, the currencies, like, bottle caps?
These Freddo
Shredder wrapper.
You just have them in your wallet like cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freddo wrappers is going to be the new currency.
Oh my god! Well, imagine passing that little frog face around to everybody.
Exactly.
If you have the caramel flavored ones, you know the ones filled with the caramel, then they're like worth like double.
It's like seeing like a 50 quid one.
Yeah.
It's like a more expensive than the rest of
Yeah,
it.
it's like the Nuka-Colas. If you get like a
The Sunset Sarsaparilla or Nuka-Cola Quantums.
yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get the best Nuka-Cola. It's just like a caramel Freddo. It's like that special like you know there's chocolate that pops in your mouth when you eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, those popping candy ones.
Yeah, it's just like popping candy Freddo is like Nuka-Cola Quantum.
Nathan,
Whereas you get like the old 2007 Freddo wrapper.
Nathan.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday, when I got back, I actually took a photo of myself, apparently, which I didn't realize.
Well, it's all
Oh.
good because I checked my phone last night and I was trying to buy something at 4 a.m. and I don't know what.
Literally, the photo, I've got red eyes and I'm just looking at the camera like I want to die.
That sounds really cursed.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, right, at least you didn't get scammed like with the Jaeger bombs like me, so.
You're the one that was like, "Is your name Tyrone?" And then he was
No,
like, "Yes." And then you bought the Jaeger bombs.
No, I said that if you can prove to me like your name's Tyrone, I'll buy a single Jaeger bomb off you. He charges us for 4.
You buy a Jaeger bomb off him.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like have you ever been out drunk? Like
I've
in
never
town.
been out in public while drunk. No.
Well, like when you go out, there's like people who walk around from like a different place and they sell you Jaeger bombs and shots, but for an extortionate amount of money.
They're like passing traders in video games, like
Yeah.
just spawn in.
Wandering trailer with
Just
llama.
spawn in randomly with like 2 cows or something.
It's like the caravan traders from Fallout.
Yeah.
And anyways, like, they were charging $3.50 per Jaeger bomb shot. And this man, and he was like, what was it? Was it Stephen asked what his name was? He's like, my name's Tyrone, right?
You
But,
put his
like,
Insta up and everything.
He
You know what's
was
funny?
white. He was the skinniest white boy I've seen
Yeah.
with a quiff. He looked like a Josh, right? He's like, my name's Tyrone. I was like, your name's not Tyrone. And I was like, if you can prove to me your name's Tyrone, I'll buy a single Jaeger bomb off you. He proves his name's Tyrone, but he charges us for 4.
How did he prove it?
He,
What, did
he
have,
just
like,
gets his
ID?
passport out. He gets identification.
You got his
Yeah,
Instagram.
he got his Insta, his Facebook, and he had his ID on him.
You know what's funny though, Nathan? When he
No
got
way.
the Instagram out and gave it to the woman that was sitting next to
Yeah.
us, she literally added herself on his Instagram account.
Damn.
Like, do you know what was funny, right? When we went into the place where we got in our like one, he came around, he tried to scam us again. I was like, you're not scamming me again.
I told
like,
him
"You've
he
already
only
scammed
had
me."
50 pence and he left me
yeah,
alone.
yeah. Only
I'm
had-
actually surprised they've discovered Instagram up north. Like,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I know they only
think
just
they
got
had-
fire a few weeks back. So like,
Yeah. Surprised
Well-
you have the internet. Like, what the hell?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah. Dub, do you want me to speed test my net and then you speed test yours?
I mean, I'm at university.
You
he's,
would
Wi-Fi.
be.
gonna,
Yeah.
he's
You
gonna
would be,
speed
yeah.
test his smoke signals and compare your like the fire against yours.
Unless I was to like go
Huh?
to like the flipping IT center and Ethernet directly to like
So you
Okay.
have bad
more
Wi-Fi.
bandwidth.
Right.
So you have
I'll
bad
go
Wi-Fi.
back. I'll go back to college and I'll speed test it. It's a gigabit at the college. So
Yeah, all you
Uh,
need for internet is like a PCB and a I don't
yeah. Well,
fucking
to
know.
be fair,
He made his own. He made his own like Wi-Fi.
He actually created the whole internet.
Yes,
just, like,
He used to.
put it back on.
PCB had another Freddo wrapper, and then suddenly has Wi-Fi.
yeah, I use it through like how Elon Musk uses like the Starlink.
Yeah.
Freddo.
What the fuck?
He actually put a Freddo wrapper on a paper airplane and threw it up in space.
Of course, the paper airplane was that well aerodynamically designed. It's still flying to this day. Yeah.
It didn't even burn up or anything.
Nah.
Is it impervious to fire or like
Yeah.
any other?
Fire resist. Yeah, he lined it in Freddo wrappers. That's why it's fine.
Yeah.
Fire resistant.
He crafted a potion of fire resistance in his brewery.
And then threw it.
Poured,
Splash potion of
splashed
fire.
it on the Freddo wrapper and then threw it into space.
Yeah.
Did you
It's
know? I just looked
it's like-
up Freddo wrappers. Yeah. Did you know that there's a strawberry? There's a strawberry Freddo.
Really? What?
Yeah.
I've
That's like
never seen one of those before.
that's gonna be like the ultimate currency. They're gonna
That
be
sounds like a
worth
southerner
good.
thing.
Sure. Oh yeah, there's the popping candy Freddos and caramel Freddo. White chocolate Freddos. Whoa.
Hey, be right back. I'm just gonna invent space-time travel.
I've already invented it. You're too late.
You're a bit too late, man.
Oh shit! You know, I'll make.
It's
I
like
Should have
it's-
printed out an engineering degree.
you
it's
just
like
gain all of the knowledge in your head.
It's like a skill book. You just,
You just
Yeah,
pick
it's
what
a
skill you want.
consumable, and then you suddenly gain the knowledge of it.
It's like Far Cry 3. You just get like you just draw on your arm a bit.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he knows a Far Cry skill tree. You just like put a couple points in there, and then now, oh,
You
I now know.
just ink the engineering onto you.
Yeah. It's like engineering tier 1.
Yeah, I actually made teleportation as well. You know.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
How'd you do that then?
Oh, do you know like the Stargate? It's like one of them, but it's just made out of Freddo wrap, as you see.
It's just made out of Freddo wrappers.
and you shoot that much electricity, it bounces off the Freddo wrappers and actually breaks the time-space continuum, and you
Oh,
just
wow.
teleport to where you go.
Is
Yeah,
that why they're getting more? Freddos are getting more and
Yeah,
more
yeah,
expensive.
because I'm buying them all out, you see.
He's just
Like
making.
Bitcoin.
He's just
Mines
making
Freddos.
Freddo coin. Can we
Some-
make that a crypto? Freddo.
Freddo coin. It might be almost as expensive as the Freddos themselves.
Let's see if it exists.
Anyone can make a cryptocurrency these days, so I wouldn't be
Can you
surprised.
make a Freddo coin, please?
No.
Why not?
What, and every coin's 99 pence?
Hang on. Someone on February 22nd tweeted hashtag Freddo coin is where it's at. Hang on, tell me Freddo coin is actually a crypto. What the hell?
I doubt it.
No, you want to know what's happened, right? Nathan's traveled into the future, which is now in the past, right? To type that, to tweet it, so that in the future it will be used as like the centerpiece for the creation of Freddo coin, which will become the
Damn.
most popular form of cryptocurrency on the market.
Yo, imagine if like we put this up here and then a couple years later Freddo coin is actually just skyrocketing in value and none of us bought any. It's just gonna be like the worst aged clip ever. It's gonna be worse than that guy that bought a pizza with Bitcoin.
Hold on a minute. Somebody bought pizza with Bitcoin.
Yes.
What?
Didn't
Yeah.
Didn't they literally? Don't people actually mark that
Wait,
day now?
tons.
He lost 10,000 Bitcoin to one pizza.
How
That
much
company
is
is now
10,000
is
Bitcoin?
now must
It
be
was
rich.
256 million.
256 million on a pizza.
There's an image where they break down each different ingredient of the pizza and how much it actually cost. It was like one salami slice was like £256,000 or something.
Jesus Christ.
That pizza better have been the tastiest pizza in existence.
No, it was a Domino's pizza, unfortunately.
Yeah. See, if it was Pizza Hut, it probably would have been a bit more enjoyable.
I haven't been to Pizza Hut in a very long time.
Pizza Hut is actually amazing.
Oh, people play my testing game. Time to go and commit murder.
Oh.
Ah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I didn't publish damage drop off in this one. I don't think so. That's a shame.
Hmm. Hmm. Dave, that's combat training.
Yeah. There's people here calling it bad because it's not what they're used to. They're like, wow, this is bad, this is bad. Oh, okay.